What does the Patek Philippe Aquanaut say about you? That's right. What does wearing one of these incredible Patek Philippe watches say about the wearer? Welcome back, watch fans. The Colonel is back for another brutal watch review. Before we get into it, on the wrist, we have the GG Le Culte Géographique, right? This is the dual time incredible watch, rose gold with the bespoke Camille Fournier strap. That's right, in crocodile or alligator. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but look, let's get into this Patek Philippe Aquanaut situation. Look, what does this watch say about you? Well, it basically says you have no taste. This is the basic bitch version of the Rolex Submariner with the black dial, black bezel. That's right. This is kind of the this is the one-upmanship. You know, you ever see, if you go into Midtown Manhattan, stand on the corner of Park Avenue and 54th Street during lunch hour, you're going to see hordes. That's right, hordes of unwashed masses, hedge fund bros. That's right, fintech bros. In the with the fleece vest, no tie. They got like a dress shirt opened with only one button, not even two buttons. They got a t-shirt underneath. And of course, they got to have the fleece vest. They're carrying the Starbucks coffee. And look, you got two classes. You got the bros who have the basic bitch black Submariner, and then you have the guys who are kind of like mid-tier, like kind of the mid-tier guys. And they have one of these Patek Philippe Nautilus because, they need to flex on the brokesters. Now, by the way, you're asking, why am I not wearing a Patek Philippe right now? Well, I have several, as you've seen in my videos. The Colonel is the Colonel has an extensive collection of Patek, but you know what? It's not worth my time. I have the GG Le Culte, which is the watchmaker's watchmaker today with the beautiful, this really is incredible value for money. Look, why do I, it's interesting. This is actually an interesting choice, because this watch, which is, about 10 grand right now in the secondary market, full box, everything, box papers, is actually better than one of these overpriced shitters for 50 grand. I don't know, what would you rather get one of these for 50 grand in steel? This is steel. This is gold. Gold. This is spiritual qualities. Gold when you wear a gold watch, it means you've transcended the limits of the physical world, the gross sort of mere existence of peasanthood. This is a peasant watch. Now, how do you know this is a peasant watch? Well, the mark of the beast is on the watch. That's right, the mark of the beast. Look at this cheap dial, this tomato can metal dial. This is tomato can metal, guys. This is tomato. Why is this guy even wearing a glove? Like you gonna damn? This is a piece of shit watch. Why is this guy wearing a glove? It's so pretentious. Look, this is tomato can material. This again. We all know that Patek Philippe makes their Aquanauts and their Nautilus out of tomato can metal, specifically the tomato cans. From Napoli in Italy, right? Why? Because something about the tomatoes, the San Marzano tomatoes, Pomodoro de San Marzano, the acid, it does something for the metal, and Patek Philippe, they're very particular, so they use that tomato can metal for these watches. Now, again, you're one of two people. Either you're like sort of like a mid-tier hedge fund guy with a fleece vest, with many fleece vests, sort of mid-tier basic bitch taste, or like some sort of Eastern Bloc, questionable character. I don't know. Maybe you embezzled some money. You got some money from the oil and gas business in Moscow, or you're trafficking in sex trafficking in Romania, or something along those lines. It's not like a legitimate line of work. And of course, George Soros has one of these. And it's interesting. George Soros is actually kind of a basic guy, a very wealthy man, obviously, George Soros. But he's kind of a basic guy, and he's famously had one of these. Actually, he's the original model that he's had for many years. Look at this dial, how cheap it is. So basic, the numbers, everything about the watch. Look, guys, don't be fooled. Don't be tomato cans. Don't be crayon eaters. Okay, the Aquanaut has always been known as kind of like the entry level, the poor man's Patek, sort of like. It was always a shitter watch. You could get these for like 10 grand a couple years back. Again, it's just a watch that the Muppet Boiler Room secondary watch market hucksters are trying to scam you with. Okay, this is garbage. Really, 137 grand for this basic bitch watch? Seriously. Come on, guys, seriously. Now, look, I know, listen, this is By the way, George Soros is he was wearing one of these a long time. I think maybe a couple of hedge fund guys kind of say, hey, we want to be like Soros or something. And again, George, yeah, he's got questionable taste. I mean, really. I have seen some heavy hitters wearing this watch. No, seriously, I've seen like some heavy hitters, guys, with a net worth of, let's call it the B in the B's. That's right, in the B's. But they wear this watch, and it's kind of like, listen, I think they're wearing it because, it's a basic watch. They want to kind of fit in amongst the peasants. They're not secure in being an aristocrat. They're not aristocrats like yours, truly. The colonel is a real aristocrat because only an aristocrat would wear a rose gold watch which has these beautiful blue hands, which you can't really notice. But look at this blue second hand. Look at the sweep of that. You get the dual time zone set to Paris. And the gray and the gold, the rose gold. Look, don't try this at home, guys. I'm a professional, okay? This is peasant material for people of, ill breeding. Look at this. Tiffany doll. This is a tomato can watch. Tomato cans. 149,000. Look. I mean, don't tell me this is gold. It is white gold. Okay. All right. At least you got that gold. Yeah, it's the blue doll. Okay. Now here's the thing. Again, the dial is a very basic design. It's kind of like incised. I think they're trying to copy, look, let's face it, Patek Philippe has had a lot of dogs. Okay? We know they've had many, many dogs. It's like a dog pound in there. Now, they kind of bury the dogs. Remember the what's the famous watch? The Neptune. They've had many dogs. By the way, this is like the Neptune's, this is a cousin of the Neptune. I mean, the Neptune, the Aquanaut, the Nautilus, they're all dogs. They're all dogs that should be buried under they should be like just tossed off a boat, put some cement around their feet, toss them off a boat so they don't come back up. Look, this is pure trash. Again, Patek Philippe copied the Audemars Piguet tapisserie design, right? Again, Gerald Genta, he made the Nautilus, right? He designed the Nautilus, he designed the Royal Oak. The Royal Oak is the better one, okay? The Royal Oak is the real watch. The Nautilus was always kind of the ugly stepchild. It's a kitschy watch, okay? And this is even worse because the problem with this is the dial. It's such a basic bitch dial. Look at this. I mean, it's like, what does this do? It's like a globe. It's incised, the numbers. I mean, this really is one of the nastiest. I mean, this is a nasty vinyl shitter, as Archie Luxury would say. Speaking of Archie Luxury, who calls himself, the pontiff, he's the watch expert. Now, he's the Patek expert. Now, tell me, my friends, what kind of Patek Philippe expert buys a modern Patek Philippe World Time? That's right. What is it? The 5130. It's like a 2008 watch, right? Without box and papers and a chipped crystal. Now that should be, shouldn't that raise alarm bells? Like the spidey sense suspicious? Why would a watch? No, everybody knows that you don't buy a Patek Philippe without box and papers. You just don't. I mean, it's kind of like buying a Ferrari, without, service records. I'm talking about a new Ferrari. Anything, yeah, listen, I know maybe you find some garage find, okay. But if you're buying a 3-year-old Ferrari, a 5-year-old Ferrari, 10-year-old Ferrari, or a Lamborghini, Rolls Royce, Bentley without service records, something is wrong, right? Especially if the car, comes from, an Eastern Bloc country or somewhere else that's suspicious, right? Some other third world shithole country. Now, Archie Luxury, we believe that his watch is actually procured from a violent knife point robbery, machete point robbery in London's Mayfair district, to be exact. Why? How do we know this? Well, you got the chip on the crystal, and our experts tell us that chip is the result of a machete attack. That's right. So very likely, that watch was hacked off a punter's wrist in Mayfair as he was exiting, one of those private clubs. Probably Soho House. Probably a watch like that. The guy was a member of Soho House, which is kind of where like the, lower mid-tier punters go. That's kind of the lower mid-level punter watch. Soho House, where they have the bad service, overpriced. It's packed with a bunch of hoi polloi, riffraff. Not aristocrats, hoi polloi. Now again, why would somebody want to wear this garbage? Again, you can have this garbage on your wrist for $96,000, right? $96,000 for this, dual time. This is a dual time, right? You got dual hands, right? Or you can have one of these. I got dual time over here, baby, for 10 grand. This is rose gold. Now, I also happen to have a Patek Philippe dual time. That's right. I have the Patek Philippe travel time, which is exact same movement, basically. Basically the same. Okay, this is rose gold. Oh, by the way, yo, guess what? This is rose gold. Rose gold, rose gold, right? Rose gold meets rose gold. Now, again, I have the dual time, which has these same exact pushers, right? Now, okay, I don't have this little thing here. I don't have, I'm sorry. I forgot. It has a date wheel. Oh, okay. You got a date wheel. Guess what? I have a date wheel. I got the date wheel, baby. I got a power reserve. Do you have a power reserve? No. Do you have this thing at the bottom which shows you which cities the dual time goes to? No, you don't. Why? Because your watch is not made by the watchmaker's watchmaker. GG le cut. GG le cut. Right? Did I pronounce that properly? Wait, hang on a second. Let me show you something else, brokies. Feast your eyes on this, tomato cans. That's right, all you lollipop suckers. You see this? You see this? This is a piece of solid gold. That's right. This is the Hunter caseback. You got behind glass, right? You see that? Beautiful. You see the movement? You see the movement? It's hidden behind a second piece of gold. Look at this beautiful machining. It's like, wow. I mean, this is unbelievable. Now, again, you can invest 10 grand in this. And by the way, if you're stuck in a third world country, you basically break off this piece over here. You break off the Hunter caseback. That's like an ounce of gold. You can buy yourself a one-way first class ticket out of there. Let's say, look, let's say you're Archie Luxury. Let's say you're a sex tourist. You're stuck in Bangors, Bangkok, or Manila, or Bucharest, Romania, and I don't know, something happens. All of a sudden, you need to get out of the country. Well, you break this piece off, and this piece over here, and you can buy yourself a one-way ticket back to your wherever you came from, right? Look at this beautiful, incredible bracelet. Jean Rousseau, unbelievable, but true. No, excuse me, not Jean Rousseau. Excuse me, Camille Fournet. Camille Fournet, even better. Look at this solid gold. This is solid. This is solid, baby. Again, all you tomato cans. Now this is beautiful, solid gold. All you tomato cans, you've been drinking the Kool-Aid. You've been drinking that Patek Philippe boiler room Kool-Aid. They're giving you that boiler room Kool-Aid, right? They're giving you that boiler room Kool-Aid, and instead of buying a real aristocrat watch with this beautiful opaline dial, you're buying this. You're suckers. Why? I don't know. It's questionable taste. Very questionable taste. Look, I don't know what to tell you guys. If you have one of these watches, if I were you, I would sell this instantly. The price of this thing are going to collapse. Why are they going to collapse? Well, the suckers are going to realize it's going to be that Minsky moment. Any of you hedge fund bros, look, all you hedge fund bros, you obviously you wear these watches. You know what the Minsky moment is, right? The Minsky moment is when the punters realize that this is a fugazi. It's a fugazi. It's time to get out. They realize that the car is over the cliff. The wheels are spinning. It's the Wile E. Coyote. He's run off a cliff and his feet are still spinning. And before it collapses, look, the punters are going to realize that they've been taken. The punters will realize that this is a piece of garbage. Okay, it's not worth 60 grand. Look at this basic bitch white. You don't even have a matching date wheel, not black. I mean, the punters are going to realize that this is garbage. You got basic black rubber. I mean, who wears this? This is so tacky. I wouldn't be caught dead with this garbage. Seriously, if you gave me one of these, I would listen. I don't want to say I would smash with a hammer. I would sell it immediately because look, it's good money. But I would not be caught dead wearing this. This is very tacky. Very it's vulgar. It's vulgar. It's absolutely vulgar. Now look, I am. There's nothing wrong with vulgarity, but look, if you're going to go vulgar, why not just wear a Rolex Day-Date 40, rose gold green dial, or meteorite dial. That's what I would wear. That's what the colonel would wear. If the colonel wants to, go the vulgar route. And again, look, sometimes you do need to, consort with the hoi polloi. I understand that. Sometimes you need to consort with the unwashed masses. Well, that's what a Rolex is for. That's why we're the Yachtmaster. When I'm consorting with the hoi and the polloi, I am wearing my Yachtmaster. But when I'm back on the estate, I put this on. That's right. Actually, my valet brings it out as soon as I arrive back from consorting with the hoi polloi, and the servants open the gates. The hounds are safely put back, in their pens, again, to prevent the hoi polloi from, invading. Then my valet opens the safe and brings this out on a proper tray like this. That's right. This is the tray that my valet brings the watch to me on. This is actually a Turnbull and Asser tray. This is, I believe, pig suede, some sort of suede, a little yellow. It's amazing, shocking that Turnbull and Asser, this is the only product of Turnbull and Asser that actually lasts. Why? Because it's leather. They don't make it. If you ever buy any of their garbage clothes, they will fall apart immediately. I made the mistake 20 years ago when the Colonel was a wee lad, and impressionable. He bought some Turnbull and Asser shirts. And sure enough, they all fell apart. Now, of course, look, the Colonel has excellent taste, and the Colonel specifically specified, the contrast, the white collar and white cuffs, with the, very, very loud stripes and, also colors, because that is the proper look for an aristocrat. And those shirts fell apart immediately. Like within a few years, they started like just disintegrating. Why? Because those shirts are made by, they're made in China, really. They're probably made in China. Turnbull and Asser, Patek Philippe, same type of garbage, same tomato can material. It's unbelievable, but true. Anyway, let me know what you tomato cans think. What do you think? Leave your nasty and vicious comments below. And by the way, you can join the channel and become a baron. You can become a baron. You can make up for your sins. If you own this piece of garbage, by investing $4.99 in your future, all your sins will be forgiven. That's right. Click the join button right there here on YouTube. Click the join button, and you'll be an instant baron. You'll be an aristocrat, just like the Colonel. Now, the Colonel is obviously several levels above the baron, but you'll be close. You'll be Look at this. Look at this beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. Look at the gold. That's right. That's right. Now look at your watch. That's right. Look at my watch. Now look at the piece of garbage on your wrist. That's right. Look at the garbage on your wrist. Look at the piece of garbage that you have, the Patek Philippe, the Aquanaut, your Nautilus, your stainless steel Nautilus. Does it do that? No. Does your Aquanaut have this type of gleam? No. You know why? Because you're a peasant. That's right. You're a peasant. All right. Now listen. Get on your hands and knees on all fours and bark like a dog. You know why? Because you're a lowlife. You're a dog. You're a degenerate. Woof, woof. That's right. Bark like a dog.